All right. I'm gonna watercolor and let everybody kind of get in here. And I had an update on some of the acrylic cores. So I don't know. Thought I was going to go live, and then I saw that Carla was live, and then I thought maybe everybody be over there, but I didn't see anybody over there. So, like I said, I guess just doesn't matter. Just so I set these up to work on. I added a mermaid and some rock to this one and a coat of gel medium. And then I added another mermaid to this one as well. I was going to add, hi Eileen. I was going to add a ballet dancer, but I just didn't like it. And so I figured I'd do a mermaid. But I thought I'd work on this little bird. And I need like the pinks and the magenta colors and the yellows and the orange palettes to work on. Got water and a brush. And then I'll want browns too here in a minute, I think. And then I think I'll do the background in blues and teals when we're done. Hey, Judy. Yeah, part of the problem was Dot is doing her notification on Facebook. So if you weren't her friend on Facebook, she couldn't add you. So that I think she's going to do an email distribution list too. Hi, Lori. So, but I was able to add Karen K. Moore, Mitzi, Judy, Ange was already added, Lori, Jamie, AP, Jamie. And then I sent Dot a message because I didn't know, like, to what extent. I don't know how big she wants it to be. I think eventually she'll just stream like live, but I think she was wanting to keep it to the people that she knew. So she may continue to do unlisted. I'm not sure what she wants to do exactly. Hi, Picola. So let me get some paper towels. I'll zoom the video in just a little bit where you can see the bird. Don't necessarily need to see my palette necessarily, I don't think. All right, I think that's a little better, and it keeps it where I can work on it. I did put in a few places that should be white. I did put the frisket and let that dry. Remove that water. I have one water that's relatively clean and one that's not so clean. All right, so I'm going to start with the yellow. And put that in. This area right here. I hate that. Hi, Ange. Is the bad weather passing through? already? Because if it's not sure you should be on. All right, and then I'm gonna bring a little of that yellow down in here. All right, and then I'm gonna go and bring some of that out here in the lighter yellow. And then I'm going to go to the magenta color. And let that kind of bleed into there. All right, and I'm gonna blot that just to sort of lighten it. Going with a little bit lighter color. And I'm going to make more of a coral color. Oh, hi, Kimberly. Bob's watching a movie. You might even be able to hear that movie. He's got the TV up so loud. Hi, Carol. Trying to add some of the brighter colors back in here and just sort of build it up. I don't know how to keep the chat up, like where it doesn't disappear. Just trying to build some layers. I don't know what it is. It's some bird I saw on a acrylic pour post. I haven't looked it up yet. And I loved the pinks and the bright colors in it. I'm gonna move the camera a little closer even. I thought I moved it. I don't think I saved it. That's better. And I thought it would be pretty in my studio. Somebody had posted it saying, wouldn't it be a pretty pour? There we go. I'm supposed to put my hand here. I did have the same question. Child post? Did it say child post? Probably the child. You never done yoga? No. Wow. No, baby. All right. He's a perfect effect for me. If you're doing it right, you're really going to feel that. Come on. I want to use this. Okay? Maybe it's probably one. I tell you, just by the it's a pretty bird. So it might be a type of kingfisher. I'm not sure. But guess what? You get a lot of stuff in the air. You see, hey, hold up. Whoa, Can you hear? Bob's watching a movie, so you can probably hear some bleed through of that. Would be my guess, is what, if you're hearing. No, he's watching game night. Okay. Thank you. Actually, that was a lot. Got a little out of there. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna turn this around real quick. Yeah. Flip that around again. Okay, it's $17. How much do you want? Okay. And then I need to do some like purplish gray. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of a lavender and a light gray probably. Right, I'm gonna take some of this brisket off. She kept it unlisted or private. She wanted it just us bibs, but she was having a hard time adding people to the group where she wants to notify using Facebook. And eventually, I think an email distribution list. So we'll just kind of have to work out some of the logistics of that with her. I had the link in Facebook and I couldn't tweet it to anybody. I was going to tweet it to Eileen. Luckily, Eileen got there anyways, but it wouldn't let me copy and paste the link to DM anybody that wasn't in my Facebook already. And when I first got it, I couldn't even get chat. I think the problem is when I would click on the link in Facebook, it was an open it up in YouTube, but not my YouTube account. So like I wasn't signed in. Okay. I'm going to go with darker gray and see if I can't. That first one didn't show up, and I'm going to go into a purple. Oh, that's a lot of purple now. I can just add that to some gray. Okay. Hey, Dot. Okay. Trying to darken it just in a couple places. That's too orange. Hi, Jillian. Make that a little bit pinker in places. All right, so I think I'm pretty happy with him. I think the gray needs to be the purple gray. Thank you, Colleen. Welcome. I just did this, just a little practice. Like I said, I had seen the image on a Facebook post, and I wanted to do it just for some play. And I thought I'd hang it, frame it, and hang it in my studio. I've got a bunch of pink stuff going. All right. The branch is real light. Now I'm probably going to hit this with a little bit of colored pencil or some ink tints in some places, maybe. Let's try I think I'm happy with the bird. So I'm going to get the browns out. It's a pretty light colored branch. In fact, I'm even going to add a little bit of this gray color down in here. Under where he's sitting. And then I think I want to add a little bit of darker brown at the back. And then take a damp brush and just sort of soften it. All right, and then I think I'm going to take a blue. I'm going to flip this. And I think I'm going to put just a blue along here. Okay, and then I'm going to take just a damp brush and try to kind of blend that. A little bit too. Okay, come back in. Just with a dry brush, try to get some uneven texture. Just, I don't have much water on my brush. Okay, I think that's and then I'll add a little Posca paint pen later. All right, I need to also put dark color up in this eye. Okay. Kind of trying to tone down that claw too a little bit. Yeah, the colors are pretty, aren't they? Okay, so let's do a background. And then we'll add some, we'll take the last of the frisket off. My first instinct is to go teal. Like the teal greens. I know it should be probably more of a muted green in realistically. But it's teal in my world more. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to start with some, I'm going to do a mixture. So I'm going to go in with some of this, areas of this line. Green, I think. All right, and then let's add a little of this metallic in here that I bought in places. And we can kind of blend. All right, let's go into a more turquoise green. I'm just going to let these puddle in various places and blend. All right, let's go into a darker teal. Okay, I'm not sure I like that one the way it is. It's a little too blue, maybe. Okay. I'll blot some of that back. Let's go to a more green teal. And I'm going to go back to some of the originals. Okay. Trying to get an illusion of like some trees and branches and maybe some sky in some areas. Take some of that out in some places, and let's come back in with some of that metallic and let it blend in. some of that more blue color in there. And then kind of blot it back because then it looks more like sky peeking through. And then come back over with the darker color. Thanks, Kia. Trying to pick out areas now to make like a more defined leaf. And it's kind of a mixture of a dark olive and the darker greens. Okay, I need to put in some color down here too. Okay, I'm going to go in with the darker. Though a lot of this won't even show in this, like when it gets framed, I don't think some of this will show. Okay, let's get some of that bluer color up here. All right. Bye, Ange. Take care. All right. I think I'm happy with that. Just kind of want to blot some of that back. I don't know what bird it is, Dot. It's one I found on a acrylic pour site. All right, let's quit fussing with the background and let's dry it a little bit. I'm going to get rid of it. There's like a white spot right there. I just didn't want. So I'm trying to do some areas of the deliberate metallic green. All right, let's see. Make sure that's dry on them. You can see it was scratched paper. I need to take where the white is off. Let's try. Trying to get that off without tearing into the paper. The little frisket bits that I have on there. I know there's some on the branch too. Think all right, now let's take that's a one. White 5 and 8. Looking for the 3, of course. There it is. The one you can't find is the one you're looking for. I'm going to add my sketch lines kind of back in. Dampen those and kind of soften that line a little. Okay, so let's soften all that. But I'm trying not to go in that white. Now let's do this. Let me go down. Make this darker on this area right here. Bye, Patty. Okay, I think, other than a little white Posca, And I'm going to come in with the black and kind of clean up the highlight a little. I may try a colored pencil white. A little white pencil there. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of colored pencil and drag some just adding some lines in here, sort of. Just kind of adding in some like lines, some definitive feather lines. Maybe yellow. All right. I'm going to lift some of that orange out. It was too strong. Some of that bright yellow back in here in a couple places. Trying to give it a little bit more variation. Okay. I'm going to step away from that. I think I'm going to call it done. If I were going to do it over, I think instead of using the 3, I should have used the 1 maybe. A little less of the black. Line. But I think once it's matted and framed, it may not matter as much. Back out the camera just a little bit. So like I said, I think if I were to do it over again, I would not use as heavy a black line. I might have come in with the colored pencil in that color, possibly. But it looks like a sketch that's colored, which is fine. Like I said, it's just for me. All right. So I think it'd be cute. Just a little matte and a black frame with a bunch of other pink art. I could work on this a little bit and work on the rocks on this. I don't know how much longer I'll stream, but I can work on this a few minutes. Part of what I want to get under here is I want to get some that gray's too light. Let me try the other gray. There it is. trying to put some layers into the rock. Get some more black gray in here. It's still on the peg still. That's what you hear. Okay, let's get. Trying to add some flat layers. Oh, they're planning something for your anniversary? That's sweet. All right, so I think that looks enough like a rock. Is the storms better, Ange? I see you're back. Hoping that. Yeah, hopefully they'll be little bursts and pass through pretty quickly for you, Ange. All right. So that gets the rock done. Looking for a darker pink color for her fin, but I'm not sure I have one in the big. I thought I got one from Shauna that was magenta and pink. I have red and I have a pale. Sorry guys, I'm looking for a color. Oh, here it is. I found it. These big ones are harder to find. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in her skin color. Flip it upside down. know that'll be her hair. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the cinnamon color and come in and do a little definition to the back side of that arm. And then edge over here. All right, let me see if I can zoom the camera in just a little bit. And that's real pale, which I'm going to keep it pretty pale. Okay. Now I know I need a brighter pink too. I know I want to take this, like I did last time, up where the paper ended. And I even want to use more of a coral color too. And I'm going to start with some coral right here. All right, and then I want to go around, all the way around with the coral. And then like sort of pull in to get that painterly stroke. I'm going to turn it around here. I need to hit this edge with the tip where the paper is. All right. So I added the start to some lines. And I'm going to come in with the darker color on the top. Okay, and while it's wet, I'm going to come in with the gray. To kind of help darken those areas. Okay, and I'm gonna come back in. Then I'm gonna come in with a kind of a light flesh color. Try to clean up and lighten some of those areas back. The other thing I can do is take like a stylus. If I can find it. This will work. And wrap the baby wipe on it. And get in there and kind of lift. If I think it's gotten too dark in some areas. Okay, I think that's enough of a defined fin. I'll come in with this more purple color and a little bit of that gray. And then underneath. Just kind of blend them on the canvas. All right. I'm going to put much over here because this is my side that's. I'm going to start putting kind of dots to represent fins. Just sort of to give it some texture. I'm just tapping the color and letting it sit. And I'm just being mindful of the direction that the pen is going. All right, and then the last thing I think I want to do is I want to let that dry just a little bit. And I think I want to try to pop some yellow in there. in some places just to give it some light. Let me dry that real quick. All right, let's see if I have I think I have a brighter, yeah, I have a brighter yellow. I have an orange and a bright yellow. Let's try the. I'm trying the yellow in some of the lighter areas. And an orange here and there. All right, I like the yellow on there. Sorry, I keep moving it in the wrong direction. So that gives that a scale-like appearance, and it kind of puts some light back in there. And if I want to add any white, I'll have to do it with the Posca. And if I think that I need more, I can also do this. Okay, now I'm gonna let those dry. And then I'll hit them with the yellow. Let's see. Trying to think where the light would sort of hit. All right, and then I'll let those dry. And then I'll hit those with some of the yellow again to get a little more of that light pink and yellow. But that needs to dry because that's an acrylic. Let's flip her around and let's work on her hair. And I think I want her hair to be kind of a golden yellow color this time. So I'm going to start in with a base that's yellow, ochre sort of color. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a raw umber. Sorry. All right, I'm going to come back with the kind of move that a little. need that in a skinnier marker. All right, and then I'm going to come in with the white Posca pen again. And add some hairs in that I can take off the canvas and hit with the yellow again. Let that dry, and then we'll hit that with the yellow. I think I'm going to give her a little more. She needs a shoulder in here. A little bit of a line of a shoulder. That makes a little more sense. All right, let's come down with the bright yellow. And I'm going to hit some of these whites. And I'm even going to hit some with a pink. But mostly the yellow. Right, and I think I want even. Darken this a little. Okay, I think we're done. Except for her hair. We put some of these markers away while she's drying that I had out. Okay. And I'm just going to hit these whites with that yellow. Gotta turn it. Sorry. And then if I need to, I can also add some darker hairs back in too. Okay, and that's a little too white there. All right, and I think she's done. Yeah, it was hard to find papers that would make them pop, that were the right colors. So I think you still see enough of the pour. I keep looking at alcohol inks because some people use them in the pours. But then I think, why do you need to invest in another thing? All right, so I just need to sign it. And then I'm going to give, in fact, I need to sign the little bird too. And then she'll need a coat of gel medium. I'll put a coat over the entire thing just to protect it so that I want the India ink markers sealed between the layers of the gel medium so that you can't rub or scratch it off. Yeah, there are so many pretty ink colors, and they are really cool in the acrylic pours. And I love them on the Yupo also. this. All right, I'm just going to put some gel medium over to the side first. And then work my way on her. There are a few colors of these that will bleed occasionally if you touch them too soon. Some of the yellows and browns will. For some reason. Like that marker where I just signed my name, tried to bleed at first. So usually what I'll do is try not to do stroke marks if I'm going to. And then when this is dry, I'll put a coat of varnish over everything. Yeah, some people use them in the with the resin and the acrylic pour. But someone asked me to do a video with resin. But I've had such horrible luck with resin, and it's so expensive that I just haven't been interested in getting back into it. So that finishes that one. That finishes the little bird. I'll do this one on another day. So, but like I said, I'll let that dry and pull it up. And it's sort of, I really think adding the white and the yellow help add dimension to her scales and also in her hair. So I think she turned out pretty. The last one I got a really good response to at the shows. So if she lasts that long, till October. All right, girls. I think that's it for me. Tomorrow I have to work, and Thursday I have to work. And Friday, I'm so excited, y'all. I have a doctor's appointment to go talk to a doctor about getting my cataracts done. So that I won't feel like I'm going blind. So I was bored. Bob was watching a movie I didn't want to watch. I thought, nobody else is on. Well, Carla was on, and I went over there, and none of you were over there. So I thought, we're safe. I don't think very many of us, the core groups. Yeah, it's gotten worse. I won't drive. Yeah, she's Mermaid. Z. Hi, Z, by the way. I got to go back and watch the beginning of your videos, Andrew, to see the stuff you showed before the scrapbook. I think you showed some stuff. Oh, does she, Dot? Yeah, well, the problem that we've had is I've been trying to find a doctor that took my insurance who also took the care credit. And you would think that wasn't such a hard thing, but it was. And they would be like, well, we take the care credit for LASIK, but not cataract. So I don't know. So I think I found one. It doesn't matter. It's got to be done some way, somehow, because it's gotten where I can't drive because I can't read the signs. And I'm having a hard time reading. Mine are on the inside of my lens. So it's like having dirty contacts. And it started out just sort of hazy. It wasn't so bad the first, they couldn't correct my vision to 20/20. They could get it to 20/25. And then it was 20/30. And it's probably 20/40 or 20/50 right now, because it's gotten where, like, I can't read any road signs until I'm right on them. And I just don't feel safe driving, and it's worse at night. And I know that it's diminishing the accuracy and dulling colors too. I know it does, because it's like a brown haze on the inside of the lens of my eye, is what the doctor said. Now, a lot of people get them on the outside, but mine are on the inside. And I don't know if it means I won't have to wear glasses. I don't even care if it doesn't mean I don't have to wear glasses. If they can fix my close-up vision and I have to wear glasses for distance, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, from what I understand, I think you have to kind of, you have to tell the doctor, like, which one is more important to you. That is super expensive to do a correction that corrects both. Plus, I have astigmatism, so I don't know if how that'll affect it. Hi, Sophia. You got here just in time. We're leaving, Mama. It was just a little impromptu stream. Well, gosh, it's been 2 hours now. But it is recorded. So we did this little bird in watercolor. And we did this mermaid on the pour. But it's recorded. All right, guys, I am going to say goodbye, and it's Tuesday. Are we going to have a Lena stream later? Sometime today? It's Tuesday. Oh, Lena Bear. Maybe we'll get lucky and she'll watercolor for us, or work with light and dark like the old masters. All right. Bye, guys. Yeah. Oh, Lena Bear. Start working on her. Ange. You should get your package on Wednesday, Ange. I can't wait till you get it. Like, cannot wait till you get it. So you'll have to do a little impromptu stream and open it on stream, okay? All right, guys. Bye.